Hi guys, so I'm back to talk to you about the Sheikh Zayed Mosque. So on our first official day in Abu Dhabi, we visited the mosque, which is actually the largest one in all of the UAE. Now the mosque was named after the first president of the country, and I actually believe his grave can also be found on site where he is buried. It has an amazing 82 domes and 4 minarets, so it really is a feast for the eyes. But what's even more impressive is that the structure was completed extremely rapidly and was then opened in 2007. Now, this is not to say that this rivals with the Vatican or other praised religious buildings, but for something of this magnitude and beauty to be built in this day and age is quite unusual. Also, the mosque is home to two world records. Number one, it hosts the largest carpet. I believe it weighs 47 tons. And number two, it's also home to the biggest chandelier in the world. But what's also important to note is that it wasn't until March of 2008 that the Sheikh Zayed Mosque was open to the public. This was done as an initiative to encourage pretty much greater cultural and religious understanding among foreign visitors. But this is where it gets interesting. So in order to gain access to the mosque, we were all required to remove our shoes. I know. I was very apprehensive as well because athlete's foot is just too common to be taken lightly. And the girls were asked to wear abayas and hijab, provided courtesy of the mosque. And yes, they were dry cleaned after every use for all you germaphobes out there. I can understand why some of the women in our group may have felt a little uneasy wearing the traditional apparel, especially keeping in mind the common Western view, which in many ways is flawed, and that's that women are oppressed in most Gulf region countries. Being there, I didn't feel at all the same, so to me, it was simply a matter of respect. Just like at a church, overly exposed skin pretty much isn't to be exposed. It's just a matter of respect. So people don't want to appear too promiscuous. It's an attempt to appear modest at the end of the day. But covering the hair is a different story though. Although I can actually understand how hair can be a sexualized element, especially today, where a woman's hair can at times have more of an effect than the actual clothes she chooses to wear. But all in all, the hair covering seemed a bit much, but I respect that. It's a part of their culture and it really isn't much of a big deal. So ultimately, the thought of the day, and I'll hold up my poster for you guys to see. When in Rome, you do as the Romans do. So, well, when in other places, efforts should be made to integrate into host country societies. Only then will I think pretty much learning ensue. So oftentimes our Western biases interfere with our ability to truly understand the culture. This really was a great way to start off the trip. In many ways, this also acclimatized us to what we were about to experience. Many managers often have to deal with problems in foreign territories, and so it's essential that they understand how cultures affect businesses, essentially. So simply looking at a book or theories on a topic is insufficient. You really must experience things firsthand and really take time to live out the culture to its fullest before passing any judgments. I really can't stress this anymore. I'm sure you guys understand. Oh, and one last thing before I end. To be honest, I'm still very upset that I never got to wear the dishdasha. For those of you who don't know, that's the white robe that Muslim men tend to wear. In the UAE, it's Emiratis tend to wear that. So I wasn't allowed to take one at the mosque because apparently I was already covered up enough. But still, I know this might sound childish. I feel like I've been somewhat robbed from a cultural experience. But I guess this means I have to go back, and hopefully I won't get the same security guard. Talk to you guys next time. Bye.